Hey everyone, welcome to Star Wars Force Conversations, a show where two scruffy-looking nerf herders like to get together and talk about all things Star Wars. My name's Jay.
And I am Colin.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody.
How's it going, Colin?
Really good. Excellent. It's been an exciting week for us Star Wars fans.
Yep. I was
lots to talk about.
I was half hoping that we might have got a trailer this week, but we got something else.
No, we've got something cool, so... but
we'll talk about that
more on that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's leave you all hanging.
Then.
Yeah, let's get started. So, we're starting with the news. So, first bit of news. Well, it's not the first bit. We all know what the first bit of news is, but we're going to leave that to the end.
So then it won't be the first bit of news.
Well, no, but it was the first major bit of news of the week, I guess. I don't know. Look, don't get technical on me, Jay. Come on.
Don't get technical with me.
Can't abide those Jawas. Did Woody Harrelson reveal who he's playing in the young Han Solo film, Jay? Tell me.
Well, people think he did, but he didn't. He was in an interview. And he was asked the question if he was playing the character Gareth Strike. So Gareth Strike is an expanded universe character who was Han Solo's mentor. And in a way, as we've kind of discussed before, he was like a Fagin character. Like he had started as a bounty hunter and he took on some orphans, one of which being Han Solo, and he used them for little things like thievery and stuff like that. So there's that element there. So in the interview, if you actually watch the video, Harrison's sort of playing around with the person asking the question. You know, he's sort of like, I don't know if I can say that. Yeah, you know, like messing around. And the way that it's cut, they ask him about it, and he goes, yes, and then it ends, right? But what it really was, and it's Lucasfilm's, this note here I've got from StarWarsNewsNet.com was Lucasfilm's unofficial position is that Woody Harrelson's character won't be named Gareth Strike. The confusion is based around his answer to the question. While he answered yes, it seems as though it was directed at the rumour that he'd be playing this character, not that he is actually playing the character. So a lot of sites are actually saying Woody Harrelson is playing Gareth Strike and that Woody Harrelson has said this, but he hasn't actually said it like that. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a...
It's non-news again, Jay. You've just done me a kipper.
It is not news. And in a way, they could use this character. He could totally be that character, but maybe they change the name. Or maybe he is that character.
So I tell you who he's going to be?
Go on.
Young Lord Snoke.
Oh.
He's going to be in Snoke.
Is that why Snoke goes after his son?
Yeah. Yeah. He set it all up. It's all a long con.
Well, he's got a bald head sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you know, he could be.
I'm telling you, he's Snoke.
So, yeah, there's some non-news for you. It's a bit of a weird one because it's not really something, but it's kind of getting blown out of proportion on a lot of sites. That
I think it's people being desperate.
It's clickbait, you know what I mean? Like,
clickbait.
Oh, yeah, he is playing this character. And it's like, no, he's not really.
We need to start thinking of clickbait, really, Jay, don't we?
Just make stuff up.
I don't think we need to with my accuracy. I think we're very much on the verge. Okay, well, that's an interesting bit of non-news. Thank you very much for that, Jay. The next item on my agenda, Cad Bane, Aurra Singh, Captain Phasma, all to appear in new Marvel comics.
Yeah, so I thought Club was a really cool character. And Aurra Singh's pretty cool, you know. Captain Phasma's not. But
Toaster.
as we all
Captain
know,
Toaster.
Captain Toaster. As we all know, I'm not a big fan of the Marvel Star Wars comics that I've read so far. So I kind of see this as an opportunity to ruin these characters. So Cad Bane and Aurra Singh are going to be appearing in the new Darth Maul comic. So I'm going to put a picture of that up here.
Because I'm sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was just going to ask because I very quickly was watching the Star Wars show earlier on, but I didn't finish it. And I'm sure they said they were going to be on a cover. I thought it was like I just thought it was going to be like variant covers. I didn't realise they're actually in the story.
I think they're actually going to be in the story, and
cool.
They are on the cover. I'm going to put the picture up of the cover because the cover. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it yet.
The what?
Yeah, the cover of this issue. Have you seen it yet?
No, I've seen the Darth Maul cover.
Okay, so
that was on the Taylor Network Facebook page.
Darth Maul's standing there, and he's got Cad Bane and Aurra Singh behind him, and he's wearing his, the robes he wears when he fights Qui-Gon, like his battle robes. He takes the outer one off, and he's got his battle one.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
they
cool.
put a hood on him, and I'm like, I don't remember that having a hood. It doesn't have a hood.
It doesn't have a hood.
No, so they've given him a hood. It's like, we just do whatever we want. I thought it was meant to be canon. Like, he now has a hood on those robes, and canon, or is it tucked in?
He might have more than one.
Here you go. He's not wearing a hood. There's no hood. Anyway.
He might have more than one set of clothes, Jay.
He could have, but it looks
that might
exactly
be a
the
Sunday
same.
Suit.
It looks exactly the same, except the top's a hoodie. And I don't know what they'll do with it.
Star Wars Fashion Police. Star Wars Fashion Police.
But yeah, and Captain Phasma. So that Darth Maul one is set before Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So these guys are in it. This is obviously before we see them in the Clone Wars. In that case,
remind me who Cad Bane and Aurra Singh are.
Bounty hunters.
Well, I knew Aurra Singh was. I don't know.
Cad Bane. He's a Duros bounty hunter. He wears the wide brim cowboy hat.
Oh yeah. What's he been in?
And he's in Clone Wars.
Oh, that's all
right.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
He's that guy that we all sort of went, all right, yeah, he's the most badass bounty hunter in the galaxy. So and Boba Fett's like a whiny little bitch kid. So,
I remember. Right? Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, he's got blue skin, he's got the tubes, and the red eyes, and he's got the rocket boots and
has Aurra Singh what has Aurra Singh actually been in? Because I can remember being in is a load of cosplay.
No, she's in Clone Wars as well. She's in the crew. She's a bounty hunter initially, and then she's in the crew with young Boba Fett. So you've got Bosk and you've got her, and there's a couple others that they ride with.
In episode 1,
she's in. No, that's in the Clone Wars cartoon. In episode 1, she's during the pod race. She's standing watching it.
Oh right.
Yeah. So you know what she
looks
like?
What with Jabba's crew?
No, she's just on her own. She's on the side looking out over the Bunta Eve race. Just in one scene, it was kind of like a little.
Oh my! Because she had started off in something like comics or something, hadn't she? She wasn't.
I don't know if she started in the comics, but that was the first time she'd been seen.
Maybe we could do a spotlight on her sometime, Jay. I'd be very interested.
Well, I've got the visual dictionary for episode 1, so she's in that. So, yeah, we could do a spotlight on her. So they're both bounty hunters. She ran with young Boba Fett. Bosk also did as well. They were all in the same crew. This is.
I'm remembering now.
Yeah, and this is set way before we've seen them in the cartoons. So it's pre-Phantom Menace. So Darth Maul's got his Zabrak legs instead of his robot legs. And then you've got
Captain... And his middle leg.
Yeah.
Was that cut off?
It must
have been.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of like him and Vader, 2 Sith Lords that don't have that.
Well, we don't know. The discussion was, did it get burnt off or not? Because it wasn't chopped off.
Vader's did.
What, Vader's was burnt off?
Yeah.
Well, because it was laid on the lava.
He hasn't got that. So that's 2 Sith Lords.
Darth No Balls.
Yeah, that's what he would have been called, but he's already named, so they can take it back. And Captain Phasma is going to appear in the Poe Dameron comic, which I'm sure you'll be very excited about.
Oh, I thought she had her own one. Oh,
no, it's Poe Dameron.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, maybe she'll actually do something in this one, because she didn't do anything in the movie.
She's got a lot to prove. And I don't want to make him bloody toast.
This is probably a chance for them to try and make her some kind of badass. You know? You know, some people like these comics. So far, the ones that I've read, I haven't found anything that worked for me.
So I tell you, I know I'm going to do some comic reviews later, my old friend. But one thing I did realise, well, I didn't realise. My mate Paul told me that the Marvel Unlimited digital app thing, where you can have the whole back catalogue of Marvel comics, the Star Wars comics are actually part of that. I didn't realise, and they're about 6 months behind. But to be honest, when you've got 5 or 6 titles a month, that is so much better value to do. So that's my big recommendation. Get Marvel Unlimited.
Well, I mean,
if you want to read Star Wars comics.
As you know, I've really got a stack of them here. I've got the whole of the Vader collection. I've got the Star Wars ones. I've got some of the Poe Dameron ones up to a certain point. You know, I've got all of the Leia ones. I've got the Lando ones, the 3PO ones. I just haven't read them. The ones that I've read, I struggled with, and then I was just like, man, I can't get back into this, and I've just got to force myself at some point, sit down and just force read. Oh man, wouldn't that be good? Like turn the pages with the Force.
Or that could be our spin-off on about books. Maybe.
Maybe you
Jay,
could do
don't
comic
force
readings.
yourself. Oh,
like we could film comic readings. And then I'll just sit here and like listen. You read it to me. I'll follow with the pictures.
Well, you're the one who do all the impressions. You've got to do all the voices.
And that's what takes me so long about it, because I sit there doing all the voices when I read them.
You're a weirdo. I must admit, I do it for Darth Vader. I do try and imagine his voice when he talks.
Just him. Everyone else sounds like you, but Darth Vader
no one else. Well, I guess. I think that's a good idea, Jay. Actually. Comic book, I like that. Anyway, this is not. We're not talking about news, Jay. Come on, stick to the plan.
Well, I've said my piece. What do you think of that? The comic book with Aurra, Cad Bane, and Captain Phasma.
Well, I'm going to read them anyway, so it don't really matter.
Are you excited about it? Are you looking forward to reading about these characters? Like having a story set with these bounty hunters and Darth Maul pre-Phantom Menace. Is that appealing to you? Is it something you feel the need to have a comic about? No.
No.
Captain Phasma again.
Absolutely zero excitement.
Would Captain Phasma work in the Poe Dameron comics? I mean, I suppose she's around, right?
I definitely would read a Captain Phasma comic because I want to know more about her. So I'd like to find out a bit more about her. The other stuff set, I just, again, I'm not sure I want to read a young Darth Maul story.
Yeah.
I want to read a story that's going to progress the stories that I've already read.
There were a couple of expanded universe books about Darth Maul. I can't remember the names of them now, but they were set before Phantom Menace, where it really showed him, like, was it the Wild Hunt or something like that, where he's hunting someone down. That was interesting because you got a good idea of what Darth Maul could do and what he was about, you know. But I don't know. I don't really.
What I would like to read, and God knows if I've already seen this in Clone Wars and completely forgotten, but how he was recruited by the Emperor and all that kind of stuff in his training, and maybe some of his first initial tasks, and maybe if there was an element of him turning to a dark side.
Maybe these comics will flash back to that.
Maybe.
You know, is it a mini run that they're doing here? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
It is. So yeah, if it's only like 5 issues, you might not get that. But but to go alongside with these comics, and there was a bit of news that just came out today as well, which we talked about a little earlier. They're doing a book about Jyn Erso's backstory.
Yes.
Again, is this like nothing to the imagination anymore, guys? We're going to have an answer for everything, and you can't like just have this character. Oh, they're not mysterious anymore. This is it. You're going to know everything about them.
I mean, I'm a little bit torn on it. I mean, I know my initial reaction was, I don't need this. And I probably won't read it if it's a young adult book, because they probably won't do an audio version of it. So I probably won't read it. But I think really, there's the two sides. One is, yes, I would like, it would, if it's going to add something to the character and give you a real insight to them, then yeah, it would be interesting if it's a character I really love. But ultimately, to me, the best thing about Rogue One is it was supposed to be one and done, and that was the story. That's all you need to know. And you do not need to know any more about her to enjoy that film.
Yeah, I mean,
what I don't want is just now all of a sudden all these characters shoehorned into things.
Oh, they're going to be. I mean, this is going to, whatever they do here, you'll probably end up watching Rogue One a little bit differently now because you go, oh, well, Jyn, this is a bit about her backstory. I didn't realise, and you feel differently about her. And then
I honestly don't think
now we're going to do one about Cassian and how he got together with K2, and now we're.
But that's the thing, If it actually did make me change the way I saw Rogue One, then I would be pleased. But I can guarantee nothing in that book is going to affect anything to do with the actual storyline of Rogue One.
Yeah.
So everything is going to be self-contained again. It's going to be like the Marvel Star Wars comics again. It's going to be, they can't affect what's actually happened in Empire or your viewing of it. It's not going to bring some massive insight to Rogue One because there's nothing in Rogue One enough. It's the nature of the film is not allowing you to go deep into the characters. And I've listened to a couple of other podcasts. I was listening to Nothing's on the Taylor Network earlier on today, actually. And Jim and Donnie and Daryl, I think they read someone's a listener's feedback, and they'd just seen Rogue One, and they were saying, oh, they wish they had more about Jyn's backstory. And the guys agreed, and yeah, that would be nice to know a bit more, but not, that would have ruined that film if you'd have carried on too much about her backstory. I want to see things move forward. And that was what was so good about the style of that film, about the way it was directed.
But this is why they're putting these books out then, isn't it? Because
I mean, there's an audience for it. I mean, those guys said they'd like to see it, so there is an audience. But I would just put like the health warning on it saying, don't expect this to change your world. Nothing's going to change because you read this book.
Well, yeah, I mean, I might pick it up if it's an audio book for sure. If it was a thinner book, I might give it a read.
It's more targeted at your reading level today.
I can get through this in about 6 months. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, it's exciting times for Star Wars fans. I think we've just agreed that.
It is for sure. I mean, there's a lot of content out there, more than there's ever been before, and it's going to keep coming. So it is exciting from that point of view, but it's also a little bit scary.
That's the beauty of it. Well, yeah, it's scary, but only if you think
ruin some of the stuff that you love. They can't ruin the movies.
No, they can't.
But
this is it, and I think people forget that. And also, ultimately, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to read everything. You don't have to,
No.
And like, for instance, with your Star Wars comics, if you don't enjoy them, don't read them, mate. Just stick them in the bin
and
give them to some hospital or something.
But the thing is, as well, it's you don't even have to accept the canon because Greedo missing Han Solo, like the one that everyone moans about, right? That's actually canon.
I choose not to believe it. In my world, that didn't happen, but it is actually canon. So, whatever. Actually, something else that was canon, by the way, because I was watching one of the Star Wars shows earlier. It was actually the one where they talked about Rogue One and all the little Easter eggs and that. And Tantive 4, right?
Yeah.
For my whole life, it's been Tantive 4. Then the girl that's talking to Pablo Hidalgo goes, blah, 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 Tantive 4. And I was like, Tantive? Oi, it's Tantive, love. And then Pablo turns around and goes, oh yeah, blah, blah, Tantive 4. And he goes, that's right, the official pronunciation of it is Tantive. And I was like, so the correct pronunciation of Tantive 4 is actually Tantive 4.
Where do you fit? I think we might have said this, but where do you sit on the AT-AT or AT-AT?
I call it an AT-AT.
So do I.
Because it always was.
I think that what you find is older fans tend to call it AT-AT and the younger ones are, no, it's AT-AT. Even if it was AT-AT, right, that's a lot of syllables. And I don't think the Empire would be asked with it. Like, get all the AT-ATs ready. No,
get the AT-ATs ready. That's happening.
So, you know.
Yeah. Or Walker.
Or Walker.
Right, shall we move on to the next bit of news, Jay?
I don't think there's anything
No,
interesting.
that is we haven't got any more news because there is something else. I forgot about this one.
What could it be?
Something came out on StarWars.com on Monday, I believe.
Oh yeah, what was that then?
I believe they've actually revealed the title of a new film, Jay.
Say what?
Cool. It's The Last Jedi.
Episode 8.
Yeah, Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
And it's got red writing.
Yes, yeah, red title. Yeah. So, make of that what do you?
It's really hard because it's, 4 days later? And
I like what you did.
What?
That thing where you posted The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
I didn't do that. Someone else did that. I just made a snarky comment about it. No, who was that? Oh, now I've got to shout him out. Can't be mean to people. You came on. So basically, his view was that you could put the two titles together and it forms a sentence.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then I put. And then episode 9's going to be called With Breakfast in Bed, and then someone else put something rude, which I'm not going to say. I'm very quickly skimming this, and I will find it on. It was Dean Biggs. Damn it, okay. Biggs. I hope he doesn't die.
Biggs.
Yeah, let's go to the Toshi station. Get some tower converters, Biggs.
Tower converters, not tower converters.
What did I call it?
Tower converters.
What did I call it? Cow perverters. I don't know. Yeah, this is it. You can't see. Oh, you sort of can.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So that's what he'd done. What a clever boy.
I like that. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, it's quite funny. And so we've had some. Matt Thompson gave a rude one. I'm not going to say that one. Dean Biggs then put another rude one. They're just rude. I'm not reading those out. Disgusting. Perverts on our Facebook site. So look, the problem is now, it's 4 days later. Everyone said everything you can say about it. I've read I haven't because I just avoided it because I thought let's talk about it ourselves.
The thing is that I think that there's all these comments are all things that everyone thinks. I mean, Jedi is plural for Jedi.
Yeah.
Luke. I like that. If you actually look at the opening crawl, it calls Luke Skywalker the Last Jedi, and Snoke calls him the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's Luke. Because
I think it's
Rey
Luke. Obviously
Luke.
So
people are like, is it Rey? Rey's not a Jedi. She might be by the end of it, because in the movies they become Jedi really quickly. But Luke's the Last Jedi.
Well, let's face it. At the time the film starts, as you said, who else is a Jedi? Because Kylo was a Jedi, but he left for the Jedi Order.
Was he a Jedi?
Well, I don't know. We think he might have been. He was training with a Jedi.
Yeah.
Padawan.
And then, obviously, Rey isn't, as you just said. The only thing I would say is, was Luke ever truly a Jedi?
Yeah.
That's something I think we should. Well,
yeah, he was. He was in the end. He was a Jedi. Once he had faced Darth Vader.
Yeah, I guess.
In Jedi, he became a Jedi.
Yeah. Jedi like my father.
So, and the completion of it was the Return of the Jedi. When he won, he became a Jedi. The Jedi returned. So that was where he became a Jedi. But yeah, he's the Last Jedi. It's as simple as that. I do believe that. People are like, or is it the Last Jedi? Like that's going to be the last.
This is going to be the end of it. Yeah.
I think it's that he is the Last Jedi. And
so one theory.
That's episode 9. The next Jedi.
What I want for episode 9. Last week we talked about what would we call episode 8. We were canningly on topic there, weren't we? Episode 9, I would like to be something around the balance of the Force, to tie it all the way back to the prequel trilogy, and that's what it was all about. Because my view is, I saw a theory somewhere. Sorry, I don't know where I read it. To be honest, I read so many different things recently, and they were talking about the Last Jedi, meaning that Rey might not become a Jedi. She might start her own type of order, or because how Kylo's evolved from being a Sith Lord to whatever he is, a Knight of Ren. That actually it is the end of the Jedi's, but it doesn't mean there isn't a light side new type of, that isn't maybe, because there was a lot of flaw about the Jedi Order, wasn't there? And that's why ultimately it all came down. So should they, there is the argument that we shouldn't be trying to recreate the Jedi Order as it was.
Well, yeah, they might be a bit different. The thing with the Knights of Ren and Snoke and stuff like that is that they haven't really gone into it.
It's not your job, mate.
I know, I wish it was. They haven't really gone into it enough for us to really know about the Knights of Ren. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what their connection to the Sith is, and we don't know certainly about Snoke and his connection to Sith, if any. It could be they're another type, because Moraband is the Sith planet, right? It's a whole planet. So are there different types of dark side factions on that planet that are not just the Sith? Because they can now, they're free to do whatever they want with it. They can make this planet they could be like warring factions. Maybe the Knights of Ren and the Sith fought at some point. There's so many things they can put in there. And I mean, I think that it will be a new Jedi Order, but maybe they change the Jedi a little bit. Maybe they name them something different because of that. Where do they go with it? I don't know. But I think
I think it's interesting.
Is certainly referring to Luke. It's not going to be Rey, but she could become a Jedi.
No, I absolutely agree. We're talking about Luke as the Last Jedi, but I do think he could be the Last Jedi ongoing.
Yeah.
And particularly, now that in Rogue One they've introduced canon, the other sort of types of Force faiths.
The Church
is probably a good way of putting it
as well. Which
I just think that to me is something I'd really like to see explored. I mean, I know one of your thoughts that maybe all the films were going to have the Force in the title. Obviously, this hasn't. But but why are you on this bloody podcast? Get off. Get someone who knows what I'm talking about. Kathy, get me Pablo.
Oh man, I would give up my seat to have Pablo on here.
I don't think he'd last very long. I don't think he'd put up
nothing.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, he wouldn't need to keep referencing his bloody visual dictionary thing, would he?
He is a visual dictionary.
Yeah. You're a visual dictionary. What was I saying? I was saying I would really like the rest of this saga to explore the Force and talk about what the Force is, and really, I mean, I honestly do think it's too narrow now, because more and more I think about it, the Jedi Order it needed to be destroyed because it was wrong. It led to the dark side as much as anything else, and all those repressed monks, you don't want that. you want a bit more humanism, and I think, and again, it goes back to that balance of the Force title, which I think actually, rather than it being so absolute dark side, light side, that kind of thing, will it actually mean potentially also, because my other really radical theory is that Kylo and Rey are going to get together by the end of the series.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And obviously they're not related. Well, it wouldn't put past me in Star Wars having a bit of interrelation, but I think that's what's going to happen.
They'll get together with him turning to the light, or her becoming dark.
As I said, I think it's going to be
they'll be light and dark together.
Yeah, and that's what's going to bring it all together and balance everything off.
Interesting theory. I like that. Yeah, because at the same time, Luke would contribute to balancing the Force by ending the Jedi Order in that case.
Yeah.
And it might even be a sacrifice that Luke realises he needs to make.
Well, he's going to be, Yoda's going to be in 8. he's communing with
Are we
Yoda.
definitely sure about that? Because there's a lot of talk about it.
It's a very, very highly put out there rumor that
Is it non-news, Ken J?
It's not non-news. It is something that's talked about quite a bit. And if that's the case, maybe Yoda's the one that tells him that maybe this needs to end, which would be interesting. Although I think Yoda would be like, no, Jedi are great.
Well, I don't know, because he was always, I think, his whole attitude on Dagobah, I always felt, was he was a bit. He doesn't come across as a sort of. Oh, I'm not going to say anything that could be like this. I don't want to put myself in tricky waters here. How am I going to describe this?
Yeah, go for
okay.
it.
No. Well, I mean, no, because no, I'll make sure I don't say anything wrong. It definitely isn't like he's not like a Westro people bashing his I don't know what they're called now. Anyway, look, I'm really rambling. Let's stop rambling. Shut up, will you? You're talking rubbish, are you?
Rubbish you talk.
Right, okay. So that was my theory anyway. I think it's all going to lead
theory.
to...
That's a really interesting theory, man. I've not really thought about it.
Well, it's mine, that's why. That's because I made it up. I've just made it up, Jane. That's why.
If you then go back to the Clone Wars, where you had the brother and the sister... the
what?
No, well, what I was going to say is because they're on that Force planet.
What brother and sister in Clone? Oh, yes. Sorry.
No, it lets me get the books out and then realise.
The Clone Wars has really disappeared from my brain for some reason.
Yeah, because it wasn't very good. Although a lot of people love it, but I didn't. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't like, right? Yeah. So
it's just because you're a moany old git, Jay.
So Mortis, the brother and sister there, he's dark, she's light. So not saying that Kylo and Rey are brother and sister.
Yeah.
But something similar to that, because they coexisted, didn't they? The light and the dark needed each other to be in complete balance. So that's a really awesome theory, man. You know what? I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I think that'd be a really good story, and also you'd be able to say, hey, that was my idea, copyright.
Yeah, and it's recorded.
And it's recorded. And it's date stamped, so,
But no, I just thought that would be really good, because what I don't think Rey is. You can just from the little we've seen of her already. I don't think she's a typical. She's going to be good or she's going to be bad. I think she's got that balance just in her face. Great. The way she fought Kylo, it was almost like she could draw on both elements of it.
No, she had fighting with anger, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, a fighting style. Like 1 minute she drew on the Force, as a Jedi would, and had that moment of calm. But also there was ferocity in that.
And she fought just like Palpatine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she did.
Pokey stick.
She was stabbing. Like, he's the only one that uses stabbing movements with the lightsaber. She used those. She fought just like him. She pulled a couple of faces that he pulls.
She did a twist in it. No, she didn't do that. So, as long as she didn't start fighting like Yoda, I don't care.
That would be hilarious. Can you imagine? Just like somersaulting everywhere.
So, what's your thoughts on the Last Jedi? I mean, I hugged that a little bit. Sorry.
No, that is my thoughts. My thoughts were that it's going to be about Luke. That was it.
Yeah.
That was all I had thoughts of. I looked at it. People were going, "Oh, who do you think it's referring to?" That's the main question online, and I don't really see why it is a question, because it's kind of obvious. We know that it starts where 7 left off. The whole of 7 was to find the Last Jedi. And now they found the Last Jedi. Here he is, the Last Jedi. Yeah. That's it. So,
so in terms of actually, do you like the title, though? You like the title? I think it's great.
Yeah. The one that it is a question is, why is the writing in red? Because it kind of gives it that sort of dark side feel to it.
But do you reckon that will actually end up being in red?
I think it'll end up being in yellow.
Exactly. I mean, this is the thing. It might be for that poster, for the trailer poster or something. But I mean, like, they're not going to do a red writing or anything when the call goes up, are they?
No,
so
exactly.
And so the yellow is going to be, so it's going to be yellow, isn't it?
But the thing that we did talk about last week when we were speculating was about the trailer. When will the trailer come?
Yes, it's got to be soon.
I said you're going to get the title first, and then a few days later the title came, right? Now,
You did that.
I did think that the trailer might be a teaser at Super Bowl, but it's very, very expensive. The other thing is Disney have movies coming out. They've got Beauty and the Beast, and they've got Guardians. It's probably going to be...
When's Guardians?
Guardians, I think, is either March or May.
So I think it's going to be next month. I honestly think we're going to see a trailer.
I think that's Beauty and the Beast. I think it will be attached to that, and a lot of the online movie reviews are saying that. Hold on a second, Beauty and Beast is coming out.
Tale as old as time.
March 17th is Beauty and the Beast.
Too far away. You're going to get it.
You think?
You're going to get it. You're going to get it in middle of February. I told you this before.
If you get it in February, it's gonna either be just dropped online, just
half-term
as it is, or it will be attached to Super Bowl, which is at
half-term.
Half-term. Why is half-term the same in the US as it is in the UK?
Who knows? But that's when it's coming out. That's my bet. Half-term.
Okay, I think that if you
when all the kids are going to be at cinema seeing the advert.
If you get it in February, I think it's going to be Super Bowl.
What date's that?
It's the 5th of February. And if you get it, if you don't get it, then I reckon it's going to be Beauty and the Beast. Teaser trailer, and then the full trailer at Celebration.
Full trailer at Celebration, 100%. Agree with that. Teaser trailer... Yeah,
because they'll want to attach it to something. Look, put it this way: if you have a movie, if you stick the Star Wars trailer on Beauty and the Beast, people are going to watch Beauty and the Beast. I know people are going to watch it anyway, but you're going to get a lot more people watching it if the Star Wars trailer is attached.
I mean, I think that is quite a good shout, but I think they might just whack it out during Super Bowl, even if they don't pay for an advert, stick it online at the same time.
They could do that, yeah.
Because everyone's looking online for Super Bowl adverts, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, Super Bowl.
If you can't be asked to watch it,
great time to stick the adverts on. They always do the big ones during Super Bowl. And as I said last time, you got Episode 7 trailer was during one of the, I think it was one of the major end of season games.
Yeah.
So it's it was in the middle of the season because it came out. The full trailer came out towards November or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting one soon, that's for sure. And that's why I was a bit like, oh, the title's come out. Are we going to get one like in the next couple of days or something? I thought there might have just been a little teaser.
Well, to be fair, it's only a week to the 5th.
That's right. So we could get it next week, and if not, I think it's March.
Okay. Well, let's see. But
so by this podcast next week, no, we still won't have had it, will we? So it'd be the weekend after. Okay.
No. So we've got to figure something to talk about next week.
Oh, man. I hate having to think. If they just do the trailer, we could just sit and talk about that and break it down. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. But then again, people come for the wonderful conversation, not for the trailer talk.
They do. They just come to hear us just talk crap.
So, Jay, that is our news wrap-up.
Cool.
For this week. Fantastic discussion.
Yep. So I'm sure that you want to come back for more, and there will be more later this week. But for now, you can find us on all the social medias. We are on Facebook in the group Forced Conversations. We're on Twitter at Forced Convo. You can find me on Twitter at _J_tank. And you can find Colin at Captain Colin. We've also got a new Instagram page, site, account. I don't know what you call it. We'll have the link to it here. Yeah, which is Forced Convo as well. You can search for that. You can email us at forcedconvo@gmail.com. Yes. And SoundCloud. So we're on SoundCloud. The podcast version of this, you can either go to SoundCloud and listen to it directly on there, or you can get it on iTunes, or you can just copy the feed and put it on your favourite podcast catcher. Also, if you would prefer,
we're part of the Taylor network of podcasts, where our episode is just one of the many on the Taylor network feed, which you can also get on iTunes and various other places. And we are just one amongst many great geeky podcasts. And I list these every time. No Apologies, Nothing's On, Nerdist Bond, JK's Happy Hour, Double Page Spread, Gotham by Geek, Go Trick Yourself, Star Trek fans, and there's loads more.
So go and check those out.
Yeah,
but check those out first. And also, this video, please hit the thumbs up button and like it, subscribe to it, hit the bell so you can get all the latest updates from this great channel. And please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you think. Maybe you want us to talk about something. Maybe you have opinions on what we've said. We want to hear it. Keep it friendly and everyone join in the conversation. And, of course, you can do that on the Facebook group as well because that's where it all started.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So until next time, may the Force be with you.
Punch it, Chewie!
Into the